Hey everyone, welcome to 5 Minute Bible Studies, where I discuss what you can learn and share from God's Word in 5 minutes or less. Today we're going to examine Matthew chapter 26, verses 63 through 75. Due to our lack of knowledge of first century polity, we fail to realize how awful Jesus' trial was. Yet, for first century Jews, whom Matthew is writing to, they would immediately recognize the sham of a trial that is taking place. If anything else, even if Matthew's audience didn't believe Jesus was the Messiah, they would have still sympathized with him due to the unjust treatment he received at his trial. Now, how is this trial a sham? First, according to Pharisaic law, the trial should take place at the temple, not the house of the high priest. When the Sanhedrin met to discuss capital cases like this, they would gather at a special meeting hall called the Chamber of Hewn Stone inside the temple. The fact that they're distancing themselves from the temple of God already tells us they know they're in the wrong. Second, there's supposed to be a day to intervene before a final verdict is given. At this trial, the Sanhedrin immediately condemns Jesus. Third, the whole council was seeking false testimonies to condemn Jesus. And since all the witnesses were false, they were breaking the law found in Deuteronomy chapter 19, verses 15 through 21. Finally, capital cases were only supposed to happen during the day, not the night. The old saying goes, nothing good happens at night. And since that's when this case is happening, it's not far-fetched to believe Matthew is also giving a critique about the hearts of the Sanhedrin. John chapter 3, verses 18 through 20 says, "Whoever believes in Jesus is not condemned, but whoever does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only Son of God. And this is the judgment. The light has come into the world, and people love the darkness rather than the light, because their works were evil. For everyone who does wicked things hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his works should be exposed." These verses are a summary of what's taking place during Jesus' trial. The Sanhedrin is condemning Jesus because he is proclaiming to be the Messiah, but in all reality, they are actually condemning themselves for not believing. With that said, we make good, solid application from our lessons. Bible study isn't complete until we know how to apply the lessons to our lives. So here's what I've learned from this week's study. Our application comes from Peter's denial, and there are two truths I want to highlight. In verse 73, we discover that it's Peter's accent that identifies him as a disciple. Though this passage is a critique about Peter, the text begs us to ask the question, how do I want people to identify me as a follower of Jesus? For me, I want my speech and my conduct to expose me as a disciple of Jesus. I want to proclaim Jesus as the only means for salvation. At the same time, I want to live a life showing how salvation in Jesus transforms me. Both are necessary components for a complete expression of faith. Finally, unlike Peter, when we are identified as a follower of Jesus, own it. God calls us to an amazing love which causes us to live in a unique way. This love can be difficult to accept because love upholds truth. And like we learned earlier, a dark world does not like the truth. Due to this fact, our faith is going to cause conflict. When this happens, don't retreat from your faith. Instead, own it, because when we don't, we end up like Peter, weeping bitterly over our betrayal. I hope you enjoyed this 5-minute Bible study. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to add them in the comment section. If you believe this video was helpful and would benefit others, like it and share it with them. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can receive future Bible study videos. I hope you all have a great week, and may our God bless you as you study His Word.